I'm using that. We're gonna get a copyright infringement. We don't own the rights to this.
You're right. I gotta. I meant for that to go. Keep playing now. It's supposed to be on a.
She too thick for you. She just said on here that she's divorced, single, lonely, looking for an older gentleman. So I thought I'd give you first shots.
No, I guess not. I can't be too picky.
She got a curvaceous figure. Mm-hmm. She's fully blossomed.
Yeah.
She's nice and thick.
Yeah. How old is she?
I don't know. I have no idea.
40 something.
Well, here you go. Another picture of her.
Oh.
You like that?
Not bad.
Yeah. See what we got. What else we got here? Yeah.
What's that on?
It's on Facebook. I don't know who it is.
Oh.
You understand me? I have no idea. You know, people get on here and advertise themselves. I just get on here and do podcasting.
Right.
Like we're about to podcast now. Oh, this one don't got it.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's make it happen. Oh yeah, let's make it happen. Just go. Yeah. Coming at you, people.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming at you. Live and direct. Oh, yeah.
You're listening to the legendary podcaster, the one, the only, TJMD, your personal favorite, and the show you've been waiting for. Probably offensive.
Welcome to another exciting episode of As the Crow Flies is Probably Offensive. Tonight I got my man Vader in the house, and Nikki Jean. For those of you who have gotten used to Nikki Jean being here and me saying my two co-hosts, Nikki Jean and Jay Vader. Nikki Jean is not here tonight. She's taking the night off.
Yeah, we're nice bosses.
So we are going to do the show old school style with just me and T Crowe on the hand.
Yes, sir. Welcome aboard, people. A lot of interesting things to discuss. Hope you stay tuned in and get a kick out of the show. And if I don't have the phone line with us today, I would say call in, but yeah, you can
call in.
Oh, okay. What's the number?
The number is 7-629-87. So that is our landline here.
Okay.
Yeah. And it won't be
I didn't put it on. I should put it on there.
It's not it won't be on the speaker. It's not.
But we'll be able to talk to them.
Connected. But
once again,
you can call in if you got something.
Yes.
So if we have said something that you just have to say something about.
Call in.
Feel free. Even Dorsey can call in. So T, what I was looking for just a minute ago, and I know the people who, if anybody tunes in as soon as we get on Facebook,
right?
Some new I'm guessing most don't because they don't know. I guess if
well,
you
they'll see that we're live, and then they'll tune in.
Okay. I guess if you watch the show every Sunday, that you expect we're going to be on about this time.
Right.
At some point, we're going to be get it together and get it consistently starting at 9.
I always say 9:30. What time is it? It's 9:43. Okay.
Yeah.
I always say around 9:30 because, what happens. But we're 9:30 now, but hopefully coming up will be 9 o'clock. We do an hour show, so 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Times. Dover, you know what just struck me interesting? What I seem to think was very interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this on the show years ago, that they should let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what them grimy bastards did?
Yeah.
They reinstated him after the man passed away.
Yeah, but that's what
we knew they was going to do that.
Yeah, that's what they said though. That he had a lifetime ban, so as soon as he died, that ban is over.
But you know how Pete Rose was, and you know how most people are. In other words, I'm a firm believer in giving you your flowers while you're alive.
Yes.
Let you smell them motherfuckers before you die. You understand me?
But you ain't get no lifetime ban for anything.
No.
Like Pete Rose.
Okay. But do you agree with that, with the way they handle that?
No, not really. Because I feel like he gambled, he lied about it, and he says he was still should have been in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was done playing.
Yeah, he was done playing.
He was a manager at the time, but
they
let Shoeless Joe Jackson in too. Shoeless Joe Jackson, he also threw a game or two. They say back in the days.
No, Shoeless Joe Jackson was the only person involved in that scandal who wasn't participating. It was the other teammates who got busted throwing a game, and Shoeless was on the team. But they didn't find any evidence that he done anything.
Right.
And he always maintained
his innocence.
But they said the whole team is exempt from the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And then they
let him in.
They let Shoeless in.
Yes.
But not the other ones.
He's passed away.
Well, he's been passed away.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Time. So yeah. But if he was innocent, they should have let him in a long time ago for his family.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And Pete Rose, here's the only thing I didn't like about Pete. Because he ended up admitting that he did bet on baseball.
Right.
And even bet on the Reds while he was the manager.
But he bet that they'd win.
So, but yeah, that don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He shouldn't be betting on them at all. Here's the problem with that. He said, I bet on the Reds to win every night. And I say that's a lie. Because are you going to bet every game? 162 games in baseball. That's just the regular season. You're going to bet every 162 games?
Yes.
And do you think the team is going to go undefeated?
I think no.
Then why would you bet for them to win every night? They're not going to go undefeated.
Here's the reason why.
You think they're going to go undefeated?
Here's the reason why.
Yeah.
If you got a team that's good enough to win every night, that you think we're good enough to win every night, right?
Yeah.
Bet on it. Because you're not going to win every game, but you're going to win more than you lose.
Yeah, but if you
know
bet the same, if you're going to lose 60 games, even if it's a great team in baseball, they play 162 games.
Right. But check this out.
So you could win 100 games and still
lose 60.
Lost 60.
Okay, but that 40 over is profit.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the odds, it might be big profit. I don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't gamble anymore, so I see the logic in that.
I don't, because you don't think that the team is going to win every night.
He was the manager. He had faith that they were going to win every night, and I'm not mad at him.
And is he adjusting the lineup to try to?
I don't think he's trying to lose
to win a certain way, or
I don't. He's just betting we win, and I can't say we. I'm just saying it's a team. I'm not a Reds fan.
You're not?
No.
You're an Indians fan?
Negative.
Are you?
I go to the coast. I like the Yanks and the Dodgers.
Yankees and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They were both in the World Series.
I know, man. I like both of those
last year.
Oh, yeah.
The Dodgers got a strong team. They spend a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. The Yankees spend a lot of money, but I think the Dodgers spend a little bit more.
Right. Oh yeah, because the Dodgers hadn't won in a long time.
No.
The Yankees had been winning.
Yeah, the Dodgers won 2 years ago,
and last year.
And last year, so they
won two out of
the last three.
They won 2 out of the last 3, but it took them like 20 years to.
But they've been in the World Series like a lot.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
No,
60s and
recently.
70s. Recently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only 4 times recent last few years.
Yeah, right now. They remind me of the Braves. Always in the World Series and never win.
But they did win 2. The Braves only won 1 and like.
Well, they went to a lot.
8 tries.
It wasn't 1 to 8, was it?
I don't. Yeah, no.
They had a hell of.
I just think they had their good team.
Yeah, but like I say, it's a season.
Oh, but the Braves just won the year before the Dodgers won.
Right. The Braves won that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure did.
But that's just recently.
Yeah.
Back in the day when they had the good team with Maddox and Glavine and
Smokes.
Yeah, Smokes, they didn't win, they only won 1. And they went there 5 times.
Justice was on the team. Yeah, they had some great players.
Yeah, they had a great team.
Oh yeah.
That's what Maddox done that commercial. Remember that commercial when he said chicks dig the long ball?
Yeah.
Because he couldn't hit no home runs.
Right.
And he was throwing all these strikes, and then he was like, one person hit it out the park, and everybody was like, woo. But he was like, chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah.
That was
they dig long something.
That was a funny.
I'm just saying, chicks. Listen, this is where we need a woman here, because this next thing I want to talk about is where we need a woman.
Yeah, what's that?
What's this notion about people? Listen. I need you guys to chime in too. What's this notion about people when they say you got a work wife or a work husband? Do you believe that shit?
Yeah, I see it all the time. I've seen it.
Do you agree with it?
No, because it's stupid.
Yeah, thank you.
It's super dumb. That's just inviting trouble that you don't need.
That's what I was about to say. How much is that really worth to have? Now if you got a nice husband, the reason why I'm going to get to there, I'm going to lead. This is a segue. We're going to be smooth with this one. Mm-hmm. So, if you got a work wife or a work husband, are you tapping? Or is she getting tapped?
No, usually not.
Okay.
But one of them is wanting to.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
Or else there's a tension between them both, and they're just playing it off with this work husband and work wife nonsense.
Okay, if you find this out about your wife, what would you tell her?
What the fuck what's going on? You want to fuck this dude?
Right.
I'll be questioning her.
Right.
Like, what are you calling?
And what is she? They always.
Oh no, it's so innocent.
That's what they do.
You don't even know him. You don't understand.
That voice kills me.
I know he's
that voice kills me.
No, I know he's a man. That's my female impression voice. It's pretty. It's pretty sweet. You know what I'm saying? That's what women sound like.
That's how women sound.
Yeah.
Shit. I hope I don't get one though. But anyway, but you're dead on. Mm-hmm. Women are always taking the high road. You're reading too much into it. Mm-hmm. It's not what it claimed up to be. Mm-hmm. It's not this. It's not that. But let you have the same scenario. Yeah. And a chick is calling you in the middle of the night about work. See the quotations about work, and you had that conversation. How's your wife going to take that? A woman's not going to have that. Man, listen. From my case studies, women don't even like you to have female friends.
Right. Yeah, because it's not a good idea to do so.
To have a work wife and a work husband?
No.
Or to have
female. It's not a good idea to have female friends.
I think it is. And this is what I was telling everybody.
Why do you think that?
Just because, listen, we're getting by the actions of others, which means you're not getting judged for what you've done or what you are possibly doing. You're getting judged by I heard about this, and this, and I'm like, well, my man ain't gonna never have no female friend because of what happened with Jamsky and his female friends.
No, I think it's more along the lines of just good sense. Because if you're married, you like women.
Duh.
and your wife knows a little bit about you.
Right.
So if you got some female friend, even if she's a buggin', even if your female friend's a buggin', and I mean she's boogie woogie all the way, just
right,
big and ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Just a boogie.
And your wife doesn't think you're going to hit it. She might be laughing behind your back because you got some boogie friend, but she's still in the back of her mind thinking it's a possibility that he'll get drunk and hit it. I can't say just because she's a big old boogie woogie that he's definitely 100% not going to hit it. But how do you think your wife feels if your female friend is a badass motherfucking boy, just sexier than hell?
You know what? Now that you touched on something, because listen, I got female friends, right? They come into the house.
Yeah,
my wife knows them.
Yeah,
she's met them all, and she knows I got a bunch of them. And listen, it's from my past, not sexual past. It's just that people that I became friends with throughout life. I'm a friendly person, an outgoing person. People that know me know this.
You're very popular.
Used to be.
Yeah.
And so I met a lot of people. And I have female friends, and my wife's met them and everything. And I don't think, this is me speaking personally, I can't speak for her, but what I can say is there's women she have questioned me about, like, what's the deal with you two? Yeah. And then there's friends that she doesn't bat an eye to because she sees our interactions. And so what I want to ask is this about the work husband and work wife. Your spouse doesn't see you with them. Yeah. So only thing that they know is that you guys work together and you spend more time at work with your peoples at work than you do people at home. Yeah. Because even if you only work 8 hours, you're not awake 8 hours at your house and spending the total 8 hours with that person, because you might have to go to the store, you might go do this, you might go do that, then you go to sleep. Yeah. So you might be with that person. Yeah. But you're not like at work. But we don't work 8 hours. We work longer than 8. So and a lot of jobs are like that nowadays, so you're spending more time with that person in fully awakeness than you are with the person that you're married to. So my question is this: she doesn't see that, right? Yeah. So she can see me interacting with my friends and this, that, and the third. So she's like, "Oh, there's no problem there." But if I had a work wife, which I don't, because the work I do, there's the women there, we just don't do that. It's just not possible. Yeah. I guess it could be, but it's just not, because we're alone. My truck is my sanctuary, and their trucks are their sanctuaries.
Right. You're alone.
Yes, we're alone.
So I've seen there was one time I was in the office at work.
You're working in the office for an injury?
No. I was just in there, going in there for business reasons. And a young lady was in there with the guys in the office flirting, right?
Right.
And then she leaves, and I was like, hey.
You saw him flirt?
Yeah. I seen her flirt, being flirtatious.
And
then
did he pick it up?
Yes, he pretended like it wasn't happening. The dude did. Right? So I waited till after she leaves. I just acted like it was no big deal. Joined in on the nonsense.
But she was definitely flirting. Is she married?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she leaves. Right? She walks out, goes back to her office or wherever she's going.
Right.
Out of the area where I can talk about her now behind the back.
How long ago was this?
Oh, this has been a number of years ago, but I've seen it more than once. Now, this is the first time. The guy, I said, hey, what's up with her? And he downplayed it, right? He was like, oh yeah, Jennifer, yeah, she's all right, cool, this and that. And
is she attractive?
Yes. And I said,
he's gonna hit then. Did he hit?
I said, what's going on between you and her? And he was like, what, dude, for real?
Is he married too?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's like, man, that's my work wife. And I said, what?
Oh.
What? I said, man, that's bullshit. I said, listen, what I just seen, okay, that's more than a work wife. Okay, you guys are getting along real well. Okay, and she didn't even give a fuck that I was in here. You know what I'm saying? She was still laughing and giggling and saying stuff to you and threatening to smack you and all this stuff. And,
Well, let's look at it like this, Dover. Jamsky.
Yeah.
What happened since then? Are you just let it, you haven't paid attention since, or did you keep antennas up to the situation.
Now, that was one situation. Now, I left that job, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What happened? I don't know what happened. But he swore up and down that was his work wife, and I said, "Man, that's stupid. That's a dumb,
I don't believe in that.
That's a dumb term." And he was like, "Man, we just like that at work, man." He said, "I don't ever even see her outside."
I put you like this.
And I said, "Good."
Well, I could tell you a story
for your wife because you end up hitting it and ruining your marriage.
Well, here's what happened to me once. I wasn't married at the time, but I had relationships going on. Let's leave it at that. But I wasn't married, and this is young when I was young, Johnny. I was working with a woman, very attractive, and when I go to work, because what happened with me when I used to work my first job at McDonald's, right? I got caught messing around with two chicks at the job, ended up getting fired twice. I messed around with a chick in the cooler, got caught by the boss, fired. I'm 16. Like, damn, I lost my damn job. I was 16 or 17. And, even though I didn't work much, it was my money.
Yeah.
And so a year later, he's like, "Hey, Crowe, you want your job back?" I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Well, you know what you got to do and just come on in, blah, blah, blah." So, me, a basketball player in the paper and stuff like that, another chick works in, and this one was older. We do the same thing. I'm an idiot. Well, she got fired for something. I can't remember what she did, but she told on me. Like, "Well, did you and Terrence make out there?" They were like, "Yeah, we always made out." I'm like, "Why would you say that?" Right. So Scott fired me again. Right. I'm like, "God damn. How you gonna fire me again? I didn't even do nothing." And so I'm like, "This is bullshit." And so I vowed to not ever mess around where I work. But I did it again. But I didn't get caught this time. I did it when I worked at KFC. There's a couple chicks there when I was at KFC. I was at college, my freshman, sophomore year of college. I was 19. I'm like, I know it's wrong. So I messed with a couple chicks that worked there. And then I ended up messing with my manager.
You messed with the manager?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll check you out.
Yeah. That's why I got all kind of free money, free food, free everything.
Well, she's...
she was fine.
Okay. Is she single?
Yeah. Well, she had a boyfriend. Okay. And he worked for...
So she was cheating on a dude?
Well,
with you?
I had a girlfriend.
Oh. She was your work wife?
She was my work wife. And listen, her boyfriend finds out, which I can't tell too much. They might watch the show, they might not. I don't know if they're alive or dead now.
Well,
names? They were all older than me, right? Because she was older. If I'm 18 or 19, she was in her mid-20s. Okay. And this dude was in his mid to late 20s, her boyfriend, but he was married. And she was his boyfriend. And he worked at a very prestigious job to where he could pull you over. He was a cop. Yeah. And I knew it. And I saw him messing. I said, "Damn, I know your boyfriend." I'm thinking to myself, "Damn, ain't you with Kelly?" Never mind.
You slip it.
Yeah. I said, "Ain't you with blah, 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 blah." And I'm looking. He's kissing, tonguing some little young chick down her throat. They swapping spit. Not his wife. So she gets mad at me. And see, this is why I don't believe in work relationships.
Why she was mad at you?
I didn't call. Maybe I didn't come by. Who knows? It was something stupid. But all my coworkers there was like, "Man, she's in love with you." Blah, blah. I said, "No, she's not." But she let me get away with a lot of shit. And then my dude was knocking her off as well. We knew it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Was she good looking?
She was real. She was hot.
Yeah.
And if, like I said, if I was 18, 19, she was in her mid-20s. But make a long story short, she was in love with the cop, not us. We were sex toys to her. Oh. But I worked with her. So I spent a lot of time with her. And I would talk to her intimately about intricacies of life that no one else got a chance to talk to her about, She used to come to my basketball games and everything, man. And she was very pretty, very beautiful woman. Oh. But she found out I smoked a joint with the assistant manager.
So? She was jealous?
Yeah, I kissed her. Oh. And she told her, because no one knew me and her best friend, so she told her that she kissed me. And make a long story short, people, I damn near lost that job too. My hours went from 25 to 30 some a week down to 12.
So she punished you?
Yeah, so I punished her back. I finished out. I figured out the system. Yeah. And I carried 99 pennies in my pocket. I had $1 worth of pennies in my pocket. Everything there was in $5.99, $6.99, $10.99. Give me that money, I'll give you a penny back. robbed them blind.
Ah.
Statute of limitations are up. But the moral of the story is work relationships aren't good because you're going to affect your money. And like a lot of people don't believe that, but you're going to affect your money. And see, if you're the underling in a work relationship as a secretary, you're messing with the boss. That's male or female. If you work in the office and your boss is the manager, if one of you guys got to go, it's going to be you. If you're not in the power, whether you're right or wrong. And so, listen, they say, I heard something the other day, relationships are built on trust. I said, that's a goddamn lie. Mm-hmm. Relationships are built on feelings. It's not trust. Dover, Jamsky, god damn it, it's going to come to me. Jamsky,
yeah.
Do you trust people? Or what's your, how do you, I need this from you because you're the one here to talk to me. How do you define your trust for your partner?
Talking about girlfriend and wife?
Yes.
How do I define my trust?
How do you trust? Or do you even trust?
Yeah, I usually do until they give me a reason not to. I usually don't worry about what's going on with them until I see something that don't look right. If I see something that don't look right, I'm going to question them about it. Now, if they get all defensive, then I'm going to think more. Something going on, because if you ain't doing nothing, you don't get defensive. You just tell them this and that and go. That's it.
That's true.
Go on about your business. You don't try to defend every little thing they say and just totally deny it's even possible. When you hear somebody totally deny something's possible, that's when you know something's possible. You don't deny. You don't need to deny that it's possible. We know it's possible. You're two human beings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a dong and she got a twat. It's
Damn.
possible.
Ain't that a bitch?
You know what I'm saying?
So
you might not be interested. That's why it's not happening.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So if none of that, if you don't have any ripples on the water, right? There's no vibrations on the ground.
Yeah.
So you'll let them give them the full benefit of the doubt, and you'll trust them.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but to me, if my girl has a guy who's a friend, even if he's a booger, even if he's a big old biscuit head looking son of a bitch, a bit crunchy.
Those are the ones you gotta watch out for.
Cause they're gonna try to.
No, they're the ones that, man, they're gonna bulldoze your chick.
Yeah, because they're trying to be subtle.
Yeah.
And act like, oh yeah, we just friends.
Yeah.
But they're trying their best to find
they're gonna bulldoze your chick.
A crevice, a crack. Let me make myself look like I'm nicer than him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Better man.
He's gonna try to outdo you. Yeah. And you know what's funny?
I treat you better.
So here's why I don't trust anyone, especially listen. I don't believe that without trust you can't have a successful relationship. I'm in one, and I don't trust my wife. Everybody tell you he doesn't. I don't trust anyone. Mm-hmm. The reason being I don't trust anyone. As a kid, a dude told me never trust humans because humans, in our very barest essence, we look out for number one.
Yes,
that's who you are, and then number two, you look out for your children.
Yeah,
I'm neither one to a woman.
Plus, that human beings are weak.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying,
and that's why in the proverbial term, Eve bit the apple. Because we're weak. And that was telling people back then, you can't trust women and you can't trust men. Don't trust mankind, trust yourself and trust God. So here's what I say. People say, well, how can you be in a relationship you don't trust her? I said, I wouldn't trust you. I wouldn't trust anyone. If I was with my Lola Falana or Paula Abdul, I never would trust her.
Lola Falana.
Well, you remember Lola Falana. She was fine. You don't remember her?
No.
I always liked Lola Falana.
Okay.
That's when we was young.
All right.
And I wouldn't trust them either.
I got you.
Man, from what I've experienced in life, and listen, I guess me being when I was younger, being that playboy, a lot of those women had dudes, and a lot of those women didn't give a shit. So what makes you, if I'm living in that world and I see it, what makes you think that my chick's gonna give a damn about me like that? Because they come home, they kiss you, they kissed her. I've seen them. They kissed their husband, and nothing's wrong. And I'm thinking that could be me. I could be that guy. Or Jamski, you could be that guy.
Yeah. All right. Now the second situation I'm going to talk about after we go to break, and I do have to take a leak, so I'm gonna have to run out of here.
Thanks for telling people that.
Everybody, they don't care.
They do care.
We'll be right back. Don't go away. Just
don't go away. We got a great topics. These are great talks, and these are live talks. Live
talks. If you're hanging in there with Jay Vader on
what's the phone number again?
937-629-4787.
Call in. Talk to me.
Call in and talk to Jay Vader. I'll be back in 2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery.
Oh man, is he still alive?
I doubt it. No, I don't think
we were young. JoJo, call in, man. I've been wanting to talk to you, JoJo. I don't know the number for this phone. I didn't bring my phone, but call in, JoJo. But yeah, people, listen. Love and trust are two different things, right? Yeah, we got to call people. Oh yeah, how do we put this on speaker? Joe, hello? Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. Well, I got the number, so I was just calling in.
Yes, call in. What's happening?
Yeah. I don't know what the topic's about. I just woke up.
Ain't that a bitch? Man, we're just talking about like the work wife, the work husband, and shit like that. How I don't believe in that.
Right.
When somebody tells you that, that's just my work wife, that's my work husband. No, motherfucker, that's who you having your affair with, and you just, playing it to the left.
Right. My thing is just like, it's all considered. It's supposed to be equal.
Right.
You go to work, I go to work, and we build from that. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what to say. Like, as far as work life, yeah, go work.
You got listen, everybody has to work, right? We gotta work in this economy and the way things are, everybody's gotta work. I should be able to trust my wife to go to work, and you should be able to trust your husband to go to work. But within those confines of work, relationships are built. And I'm just telling people, be careful of that shit. And if you do find yourself in one of those situations, know when to back out. Like, oh, this is getting dangerous. This is getting to the point to where it might interfere with my real relationship.
Oh, sucker, Sean D.
It's dope. JoJo.
Oh, it's JoJo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's the thing. But nowadays, you don't get that.
No.
Most women, they're so crazy now. I swear to God, when we was growing up, this shit's so crazy.
Hey, man, I tell people that all the time.
She's coming back.
We do everything for her, but she still want another week.
Because they're greedy and they're entitled.
Stay tuned for this next segment. Mr. A-Hole and T. Crowe. That's so funny. Welcome back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have a caller on the line. You want to talk about the caller?
Yeah. And this is because, hey, people, we're talking with JoJo Robinson. We're talking about the work relationship and the women, how women and men go play both sides of the fence. But and he's right. Listen, women and men too. If they get suckered by the lure of the carrot, right? The proverbial carrot in front of your face. You're getting lured by that, and he's using her. He don't want you in his business. He don't want you. Listen, he's not going to take care of you like your husband at home is going to take care of you. Mm-hmm. Well, he's promising that because you're sucking and blowing him and giving him everything he wants at that point in time. Trust me, women, we know this. He's a man. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then guess what?
your man, but you're giving that side guy what you should be giving your man.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. What did he just say?
He said you're arguing with your husband, but you're giving the side guy what you should be giving your man,
Okay.
and vice versa. But you know what? When y'all break up, that motherfucker done with you, because he ain't picking up your baggage.
He don't want you while you was in a relationship. He don't want a relationship with you. He want you there, you know, while you with somebody else.
Right.
He don't want you to go to show.
No, he just want. He likes the. Listen, he don't want the bills. He don't want the dirty draws. He just wants the fun.
So,
no, he getting all the fun part. Hey, JoJo, we gotta let you go, but thanks for calling in, and thanks for being a valuable member and always watching the show, man. Whenever you want to come on, man, you let me know, and you got a seat.
hey, hold on before you let him go.
He's right here. Here he is.
Hold on a second, JoJo. Do you want to talk about the post that you put up earlier on Facebook?
Man, I took that down. That was ignorant of me.
What was it? Well, I didn't see it.
So, can I mention, because Jay Vader doesn't know what I'm talking about over here.
You can tell him, but it was ignorant of me, and I had to think about what I've done. So
He
acting like her doesn't solve a problem.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm doing some ignorant stuff. Like I'm doing some tit for tat shower shit.
Okay, I get you.
All right.
I need it right then. I needed it because I knew I'm too old for this shit.
So he took the post down, Jay. He took it down, but he posted, if anybody out there needs a hoe, my woman is acting like one or something like that.
Wow.
And I just put a laugh on there. I did not comment.
Right.
I just put a laugh on there.
I didn't see it. Oh my
Because
god.
I read it, was thinking, oh my god.
I didn't see it.
But he took it down though.
Yeah. Hey, JoJo, you already know how we get down, man. Listen, it's up and down with these people.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing some tit for tat shit. You know, and I'm a grown.
Yep, you're a grown man.
You know, it's just she's acting.
Right.
And what does that make me look like a fool?
Yep. Hey, man, listen. Thanks for chiming in, man. And listen, keep hitting them banks. I need to get out there with you because I love fish.
Hey, your uncle going to, go camping. I just talked to him the other day.
Oh, yeah? I'm going camping in 2 weeks. I got me a spot out there in 2 weeks. I'll call you when I'm out there.
Hey, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. I love y'all shit.
Love you, too.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate
We
you.
appreciate it.
That's just me.
Stay out of trouble.
All right, peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, later. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a great JoJo Robinson. We grew up with the young man, and hey, he's a good guy.
Soon we will have it set up to where we get phone calls on our speaker, and so that everybody can hear it.
Right.
I don't know if y'all could hear what Jay Vader was talking about with JoJo. JoJo don't mind. He didn't call in anonymous. He doesn't mind us telling people that it was JoJo. He's a buddy of ours. We've been friends with since we were kids.
Yes.
But
He's a great
anyway,
guy.
he wanted to chime in, and he had, and anybody who's seen the post that he put up that's been taken down.
Yeah, he said he was out of character. He didn't mean it, but
he was
But that's called self-reflection. That's called being an adult.
I was about to comment on it.
Did you? I didn't see it, man.
Not. I did not. I was about to.
Was it early in the day? I was barbecuing today.
Probably about 4 or 5 hours ago.
Okay, I was out cooking out, and I had the fam over, and we had some family from out of town come in. It was unexpected. I didn't know they were there.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. So, but when I ran into them, man, I'm like, I didn't know you guys were in town. So my son and they came. My sons and daughter, they came over. Excuse me, they came over, and Booney and everybody came over, man. And it was good to see him. So I haven't seen him in like maybe 3 to 4 years.
Who?
He done grew a mustache now. My little nephew, man, he's older now.
Oh, your brothers?
That's a long story, but yeah, he's family though. We'll talk.
Okay, all right.
And next time he's here, we'll put him on the show to introduce you to it.
Have you been paying attention to basketball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was very disappointed that the Cavs Cleveland, because I like to sometimes see an Ohio team
Man, listen.
do big things.
Do you
Because
know
that don't happen that often. The Reds did win the World Series several times back
that was in the 90s? That's when they won it.
in the 90s.
That
That's
was
over 30 years ago.
Was that 80? Hold on a second, time out. It was 91, 90?
That was, and before that too.
When they had the big red machine.
Yes.
Yes. I'm just thinking about the last one they won. We were just graduated, and a year after,
Yeah.
that's when our brothers graduated. Because they graduated a year after us.
Yeah.
That's when it's been that long.
Yes, but
We've
nobody
been
else.
for how many years?
Nobody else besides the Reds until the Cavaliers.
36 years we've been out of school.
Until see, that's a long time
That's a
ago.
long time.
It's until the Cavaliers won it when LeBron came
Right.
back from Miami.
Right.
So they only won it once.
Mm-hmm.
But they won it.
They won it.
And so that's great. And this year the Cavs took a step up and was number one seed in the East.
Yep.
So they had a better team, obviously.
They had a great regular season team, but the playoffs,
That's what it turned out to be.
Didn't we talk about earlier how, you like in baseball,
Yeah.
you got to be in the last throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just because what you did in the regular season, now you got to sustain it. That's why you give the Bulls and Michael Jordan so much credence, because they did it during the regular season, and then they come out in the playoffs and they made it.
Yeah.
3 straight years.
They dominated.
They
repeated a three-peat.
Who does that? No one's ever done it.
Nobody.
MJ.
Yeah. That's the man.
So, but the Cavs they ran into injuries.
Yeah.
Do you realize all these injuries happen to basketball stars nowadays? And I'm gonna tell you what it's from. An announcer said it the other day. I think I was at home. I was talking to my wife about this. Do you know what I think it was?
What?
They're wearing these low-cut shoes.
Oh, they're trying to be cute.
It's the style. I didn't know it was the style. She said it. She was, they're all wearing low cuts, like what my sons wear, TT and Tave.
Yeah.
And my grandson. I'm like, what the hell?
But in their defense, some of them got that ankle brace on underneath their sock.
Yeah.
And then they get taped on.
But it's still the same as the shoe.
It's
because
they should still be wearing high top.
Well, here's what the shoe does. Even though you wear, I used to, twist my ankles and things like that. That's where they're all messed up now. But I would wear a brace, and we still had the protection of the shoe. Mm-hmm. The shoe, I don't know if you just look up the science. These are low cuts. Your ankle sits above it right here, right? Mm-hmm. So the ankle can move. Mm-hmm. Even in the 3/4 limbs, they're like this. Mm-hmm. They hug the ankle. That's more support. Mm-hmm. The high tops cover the ankle. More support. Mm-hmm. I think now these kids, because it's fashionable, it's called drip. They're going to wear those low cut shoes.
It's called what?
Drip.
Drip. Okay.
Yeah, it's called drip. They're going to wear these low cut shoes, right?
That's not what we called drip back in our day. That's when you had a venereal disease.
Oh God.
But anyway, yeah, they got the low cut shoes on. What else?
And I think that's attributing. And if you look at football players,
that's contributing.
Right? All of our cleats were low cut.
Yeah.
Never had such thing as a high top. They had them, but they were rare.
Yeah.
Now all these cleats
high top.
Think about that. If football goes to high top and basketball's going to low cut, and they're having these guys don't play as many games that the other guys play because load management. They're watching their minutes, and they're still coming up with these lower leg injuries. Mm-hmm. It's these shoes, man. And we had talked about that, and I didn't realize it.
It's got to be the shoes. That sound like.
And I didn't realize it until my wife pointed out. She goes, "You know what? Look at the shoes." I said, "Everybody getting low cuts." Yeah. And she goes, "Just look." Don't I watch the game? I'm like, everybody's wearing low cut shoes. I couldn't do it.
I don't know how much that is contributing, but it is probably not the best idea when you're playing a game like that and you're a tall guy.
And you're cutting back and forth.
Yeah, you're cutting hard and running fast.
Yep. Pause.
Boston has also been kicked out of the playoffs, not just Cleveland.
By the Knicks.
So it's going to be the Knicks and the Pacers in the East.
They play Wednesday, I want to say.
And the Thunder looking pretty good, even though Denver took them to 7.
Yeah.
They blew Denver.
They beat them 125-93. That's a 32 point. That's a 32 point ass whooping on Game 7.
Game 7.
Game 7. You ain't supposed to get beat like that.
No.
Oh, no way.
So the Thunder are looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you have a prediction? You got the Minnesota Ant-Man.
I think OKC's going to win. They got too much talent, and they don't rely on the three.
Right.
These teams that rely on the three, you're going to lose, and you're just going to lose. I've been telling people this from you're old school basketball. Blah. You knew you old heads. Man, listen. I would have taken a Magic Johnson Laker team that ran a gun and had layups. If I could put any team out here, I don't even need Mike. Mike and the Bulls would have killed these guys. Give me Magic, and let's blow them out. Magic was averaging more points than these guys are getting a game, right? And he was running gun and fast break. No look passes everywhere. Everybody dunking. Everybody got a layup. Give me that.
Yeah, Cooper, Worthy.
Byron Scott, Kareem. Coming off the bench, he had Michael Thompson. He had Kurt Rambis, AC Green, Michael Thompson. Oh yeah, give me that. Give me Showtime, and I'll run any team out of here off the land.
Remember Jamal Wilkes?
Jamal Wilkes, that's crazy looking jump shot.
Yeah,
but it was silky. But yeah, man. Okay, so I had another topic that we had to talk about, Dover. Oh man, I just had it.
Okay.
Where the hell are we? Jesus, man. Did you know getting old, man, stinks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. This is about Puffy and the Puff Daddy trial, right?
Yeah.
The defense is putting up a better argument. The prosecution, listen, they arrested him hastily.
Yeah.
They built their case and they try to get him a RICO. RICO means you have an organization. So, it's like the mob. Where's the other people?
Yeah, there's no organization.
There's no organization. Okay. They want to get him on sex trafficking, which means you cross state lines with a chick that has, and the way that they're presenting it is, you can go to jail for that. Have you ever taken a guest across state lines and you weren't married to?
Let me think.
Listen, the way that they're presenting it is so vague that if you got a girlfriend, right? Yeah. And say you're out in Vegas.
Doesn't she have to be underage for you?
No.
And you take her across.
They're supposed to not underage. That's sex trafficking with something to do with a minor, but they don't have any minors. Puffy didn't even arrange them. I think, like I said, it's a witch hunt. They're trying to kill 10 birds with one rock. What it is, what they're about to do is what I think is wrong, and I don't believe in it. What I think they're going to do is they're going to try to make a lot of these black entertainers. I don't want to say you making it racist, you're making this. No, I'm making it what it is. I think they want to take the money back from all these black entertainers, black superstars, that America has come infatuated with, and put them in their place.
All right, we go to another break. When we come back, I will respond to your theory.
Thank you.
We'll be right back right after this.
Yes, and I'll still talk.
I ain't going nowhere.
But that's what I believe. I just think it's a. Can I say conspiracy? No, it's not a conspiracy. It's just the fact that once you do something to these people, they become arrogant and then they want to get you back. And it's like Puffy with that goddamn liquor company and the names that he's putting out there. See, here's what it is. All these names he put out there, they ain't all black people. They never found the tapes. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that he's naming isn't black. So what are you going to do? If they can't prove this RICO charge and they can't prove that he ran a criminal organization, like the lawyer said, everybody had a W-2.
listening to the best damn activist on the microphone. One hell of a podcaster and his co-host, Mr. T. Crowe and Anthony Scott Dover. One hell of a team. Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
To a man who's so sexy it's completely ridiculous. Mr. Anthony Scott Dover.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, hey, people, time out.
We're back.
Can I get a timeout?
What?
Did you hear what she just said?
Yes. Yeah.
Did she say you're so what?
Sexy.
That is ridiculous?
It's completely
It
ridiculous.
is ridiculous. Number one. Number two. And then what did she say after that? Yummy?
Yes.
People, y'all didn't hear that. Oh, my
They
God.
heard it. It was loud and clear.
Ooh, wow. I just had to laugh at that, Dover.
They agree with it. I was just thinking the same thing.
I ain't mad at you.
Every chick that's watching this is. I was thinking the same thing. She hit it right on the head. She
Ain't
hit the
that a
nail on the
bitch?
head.
Ain't that a bitch?
So before we went to that break, short break.
Yeah.
You were saying that you think that they are trying to take the money away from the black.
It's not just black people. See, that's the thing. I think they want to chop the heads down, but they can't just chop the heads down of black people because Puffy, he partied with everybody. There was a lot of celebrities that were at those parties.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of celebrities that partook in those, not just showing up. Like we go to the party, we showing up.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of celebrities that stayed the night and partook. Listen, they said he went through multiple kilograms of cocaine in one of his parties. They said he would just put the shit in a bowl. I said, you can't snort that much dope. You're going to pass the fuck out. You're going to die. Guess what people were? I said, you know what they were doing? They were putting that shit in their own bags, taking the shit with them. Puffy's a billionaire. He didn't care.
Is he?
He's not a billionaire anymore, but he was.
Okay. So who is the they that's trying to take the money away?
That's what we got to figure out because, like Cat Williams said, there's gatekeepers. Like Ice Cube said, they're gatekeepers.
Okay.
It's the Black Rocks.
So you feel like the gatekeepers are trying to take his money?
I think they're trying to put people in their place to let everybody know we still run shit. Because if you think about it now, in a day and age where everybody can become rich overnight, that old money doesn't like that. They never wanted you. They wanted you to earn it. But they didn't earn it. They got their money from what? Slaves.
Right.
That's where the old money comes from.
Okay.
But when you see a guy like Bezos, Zuckerberg, and take what you do, Elon Musk, they get rich and billions overnight. Like next, you go to sleep, they're worth nothing, and they wake up, they're worth billions.
Okay.
People don't like that, I don't think.
Well, Bezos has actually built his wealth from scratch.
Yes.
He had the idea about Amazon.
He did it from his garage at first.
And he built it up slowly. Elon is a silver spoon baby.
Yes, his daddy was worth a couple billion.
Yeah, his dad was a billionaire. Not as rich as Elon is.
Nowhere near. Yeah, you know his mom was, what's her name? She's a big time actress and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah.
So, but I don't see it. I don't see that anybody trying to take the wealth away or the money away from the black
I see it.
celebrities. Because who are the they? You gotta know who.
It's a very vague statement. It's open, but I'm just telling you, they have nothing on Puffy. And then if you keep looking back, when you say black celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Look at Shannon Sharp. Look at Smokey Robinson. Bill Cosby. Now we got Puffy.
Yeah.
Where's R. Kelly?
In jail.
What happened to Prince? What happened to Mike?
They died.
Yes. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I am saying. Man, this shit just doesn't add up.
I don't know about Prince or Michael Jackson. They died. That's all I know. I don't know.
Overdosed, both of them.
Okay. Yeah, Michael Jackson had a doctor trying
to keep it so he could sleep.
Yeah. Giving him a drug that they usually give you for surgery.
For surgery.
Yeah.
You can't sleep that bad.
So that was a negligence on the doctor's part.
That's what I'm
you should be
saying.
able to.
But look what Mike was owning at that time. He don't have Sony's publishing rights. He had one half.
Yeah.
So everything Sony does, you watch this shit. Mike owned half of it. They wanted it back. And Mike knew it. And Mike, if you go back and look at the interviews of Mike and watch him doing his press conferences, he was talking about Sonny Vaccaro, who was the head of Sony. Called him the devil.
Yeah. But Mike the thing that Mike was missing, because I was a Michael Jackson fan, as you know.
Right. A little curl coming down, like Mike.
Yeah, when I had some hair, it was sweet. It was sweet hair.
It was sweet.
It was a sweet dude.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
You grew the hair out. Yes, you did.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you could afford the good professional
Jerry curl,
cosmopolitan
curl, or the S curl. It was still a curl.
Yeah.
Still a curl.
You try to get a curl.
Man, I just had nappy fro.
That is it.
And I cut it down and grow back to be nappy again.
Yeah. Eventually,
I was happy and nappy.
Eventually, I stopped with the curl.
I started getting fade when I got a little older, got like 14, 15. Yeah, I started keeping a little like tight fade,
I tried to have a curl, but it wasn't working in my favor because I was just poor. It takes
money.
Takes some money to get the good curl.
To get that Michael Jackson Jerry curl look. That drip.
Yeah. Anybody could go to the dollar store and get a curl out of a box. Smack it in your head.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo, yeah. But after Roosevelt, I just couldn't do it.
You gave it away.
I gave up.
Yeah.
And
you had the turbo curl. Remember Turbo from Breaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that.
And got short hair after that in high school.
Called it a day.
Yeah, just funny. Yeah. So anyway, but with Michael, what Mike had to realize is I seen him in the media talking about this guy from Sony and Sony this, and the guy is a terrible and all of this and all of that. What Michael was in denial about is his music was just as good as ever when in his later years, but it wasn't selling.
It wasn't selling like that.
But that's because people thought he might be a pedophile.
That hurt his sales.
Nobody wants to buy, no matter how great of an artist you are. Nobody wants to buy your music if they're thinking, what if he's a pedophile? I don't want to participate in making him richer so he can lure the kids over to Neverland Ranch.
Can I say one thing to that?
Go ahead.
What if he wasn't?
But then you just would have been wrong, but you're not going to buy
You're not going to buy his album.
Yes. I got it. I bought Thriller.
You just recently bought one for your daughter.
Yes, she asked me for it.
Yeah, my kids know about Thriller. My grandkids know about Thriller. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Thriller came out when we were their age.
Yeah. Right. My daughter asked me for a Michael Jackson album.
Yeah.
I said, what? And she got a record player. So that's back in style. Vinyl is back in style.
Vinyl's coming back in style for collectors.
Yeah. But the kids.
So do you buy her vinyl?
No, she only got two.
2 albums?
2 albums.
Taylor
Swift
and Michael Jackson, the 2 biggest artists ever.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? There are stores still around that you can go buy vinyl.
Right.
Because they so you know what, Dover? Jamsky? I'm gonna have to go get me a vinyl record player.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and put it in the basement. When I get everything done the right way,
I'm gonna play some records.
I'm gonna play some records. Because you never get that. When you put it down, you know what I'm talking about. When you take the needle,
that crackling.
And the music comes in.
Sounds like a little bit of dust on the record.
But it's not. It's because it's got for you guys who don't know, it circles around and it picks up the grooves.
I think it is because that needle has to go right in the groove.
Yep.
Can't nothing be in there.
No, but when you first set it down on the outside groove,
hear it on the speakers.
You're gonna hear it. Then all of a sudden you hear the Temptations or whoever you want to listen to. Yeah. I think, man, Jamsky, I do believe I got to get me a vinyl record player.
You got to get a record player.
And they're out. They sell them.
I got to buy some more records now.
Yeah. I think that's great. Motown classics, man. When you never forget the little blue background and it said Motown on it right here. They showed the skyline of Chicago. It was just Detroit.
Detroit.
My bad,
Yeah,
Detroit. It was just Motown, and everybody was on
You
Motown.
gonna make people in Detroit mad by saying
No.
that.
I'm sorry, people.
They said, "What is he talking about? Chicago?
Don't hurt Jay Bates.
Motown is in Detroit." I'm calling in. What's that? So anyway, what we're talking about is, because this is Jay Vader's segment, his favorite is to just to put stuff out there that just comes out of left field, but it's a possibility that it could be true. I don't see it right now because every one of these people we're talking about has done something to put themselves in harm's way.
And that's the thing. Who hasn't? Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And so they keep tabs on you. All of a sudden, your tabs come up. Listen, I don't want to throw shade at anybody like Ellen DeGeneres. They said she's a filthy person as well. But she quit her show. She stopped it.
Sex freak.
And she moved out of, she was supposedly going to move out of the country. I don't think she has.
She did.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. She moved out.
That's because.
Her and Portia de Rossi.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else bells?
So
it's not what I'm saying. People it holds credence. Just look into it, and you'll get your answers. I don't have them because I'm not looking too deep into that because it's really not my concern.
Yeah. But I would try to figure out what's going on if they hemmed up somebody who really hadn't. Puffy was crazy.
Yeah, Puffy's just a freak.
Yeah.
Listen, he's the freakiest. We all know freaks.
He's a nasty
motherfucker. But we all know nasty freaks.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, listen,
they should be prosecuted.
We thought this person that we knew, we all got somebody in our clique.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. Everybody's watching, and everybody that will listen. You know somebody that you grew up with or was in your crew that was a freak.
Yeah.
Nobody's figuring Puffy.
No.
Nobody's figuring Puffy.
No.
He told her to go in the other room, and he took the jism from another man and put it on his nipples. I wanted to gag.
Nasty. Disgusting. Even gay guys would be like, that's nasty.
Yes. And he was with gay guys, and he was like penetrating them too.
So,
Puffy didn't give a damn who you were. If that man wanted you, he got you. But you know what?
That's not true. He didn't get everybody he wanted.
No. There was a couple that got away.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That don't make you a criminal.
No.
Makes you a freak, a nasty motherfucker.
He's a freak.
Freak nasty dude.
But
he's not a criminal.
He was abusive to the girl.
Yes, he was, and she was also abusive to him. So they're saying.
Yeah.
But you know how that goes behind closed doors. She might have been defending herself.
But she is testifying, though. She testified last week.
And that wasn't a good thing. From what I'm listening to and reading, it wasn't good for the prosecution to bring her up. They said the defense was tearing them apart. The defense was winning.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
So from all reports from this trial.
But why are they not charging him or talking about what he got charged with? They're talking about personal shit. They're not even going after
what did he get charged with?
RICO, which is running a criminal organization.
Okay, let me see what this means.
RICO. It means they don't have any. You can't be a RICO by yourself. And then he got charged with.
What does RICO mean?
The RICO law.
Yep. That's it. It says Racketeer,
Yep.
Influenced and Corrupt Organizations
Yep.
Act.
Yeah.
A federal law targeting organized crime and racketeering.
Mm-hmm.
It was enacted in 1970.
Yep.
Okay.
That's for the mob. That is a mob. So they're saying bad boys ran like the mob.
What's racketeering mean?
You know what racketeering means?
In legal terms, refers to dishonest or illegal activities conducted for commercial profit, often disguised as legitimate business.
Yes. Yep. Racketeering.
Okay.
These are all mob related charges. That's why they made these up. And then he got charged with sex trafficking. So, but none of this was ever brought up.
What actors have died recently?
So none of this was brought up in the trial. It's like they're ghost hunting.
I'm still looking for this actor's name. Okay, so
I didn't write it down. I saw it too, but I didn't write it down.
Puffy. So I don't know because they don't have this on TV, but Puffy is not going to do a lot of jail time, even if they find something.
They try to give him 15 to life. That's what they want to charge him with, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
No, they should have went smaller.
Yeah, I don't think they're really. I think that. Listen, from what I'm seeing is now they said they got at least 8 more months of trial going on because they got all these witnesses and shit. So your favorite entertainer or your favorite athlete might be coming to trial, and I want people to listen to me. Your favorite entertainer or your favorite athlete will be probably going to trial. And you're going to find out things about them that you don't want to know.
Who's their favorite athlete? LeBron James.
I didn't say it.
I did.
Yeah, he's one of them. There's more.
Okay, so some more.
Oh, there's a whole lot more, man. Listen.
What about Bustin' Jeeber?
That he's up there. So he's Usher, and he influenced those guys. They were kids at the time, and you know
they said Mike Myers even went to Puffy parties.
Michael Myers, the comedian.
Yeah.
A lot of people went, man.
Spy Who Shagged Me.
Right. So we're going to figure that out, and my suggestion to that is, listen, if I'm Cassie's husband, man, he was in the courtroom crying. That's what they said. Because he had to listen
to
everything that she did with all these different guys.
And he didn't know it.
No. Because women don't tell the truth about their sex lives.
How could he not know that?
Because women never.
Yeah, but he didn't want to know. Because she would have told him.
No, she wouldn't have.
Why not?
She ain't going to admit that shit.
Why not?
Listen, you've been with women.
Yep, 1 or 2.
Yeah. And they always tell you what they want you to know.
I don't ask them a whole lot.
I don't either, because listen, when I was out there and doing what I did, I didn't even care.
Right.
I'm only here for one night. I'm only for one night. But I'm only here for a night. We're going to spend this 15 minutes together and make it happy. If it's bad for you, bad for me, oh well. One of us getting off. And that's all I cared about. I don't give a damn that you slept with 300 motherfuckers.
Right.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I don't care that you drink jism from 300 dudes. I would care if you're my woman.
Yeah.
But if you're not my woman, I don't care.
That's his woman and she's pregnant.
Yes. And now that's why he broke down crying, because he was like, man, damn. You're like, so when you're making love to her and you take her home, right? And people, here's the thing, people. This is what I want everyone to understand something. When a man looks at a woman and he's in love with this woman, she's everything to him, right? A man looks at a woman like, I don't know. Listen, I'm a man, so I can tell you this. I don't know how you women look at men. I don't even know what you think about men. I'm not a woman. But as from a man speaking, you can agree or disagree, and you can chime in whenever you want. But when a man's in love with the woman, not in lust means I just want to knock this motherfucker off. Let me bulldoze and keep it moving. She could be the best woman in the world. She could be the most attractive woman in the world, and all you want to do is bust a nut and keep it moving.
Yes.
But when you're in love with the woman and you look into her eyes and she looks into yours and you feel that connection, you don't want to hear about certain things. Even though we ask, we don't really want to hear it. But then when we do hear it, you don't look at her the same way.
Yeah.
Because now, love is like this thing. It's a circle, right? Love is full. You put a kink in that love, because now all of a sudden I'm looking at you like, really? This is who you are? This is what you did?
Freaky deaky.
And I can't look at you the same. And most men feel that way. Whether they admit it or not, I've talked to a lot of men with that.
Have you seen that Cassie though? She's fine, motherfucker.
Okay, she's fine, but
Yeah.
she's drinking jism from 20 different guys a night.
Oh, that sucks.
That's what I'm saying. How fine is she?
I wouldn't marry her.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't even kiss her.
that dude.
So the dude, he's fathered. Well, Diddy put them together because she was her trainer, right?
Uh-huh.
So he didn't know. He just knew she was with Diddy. He didn't know she was doing all this and the third.
Uh-huh.
So now he's fathered 2 children with her, and another one's on the way.
You think J-Lo had done some of this?
Oh, J-Lo's coming up. Yep.
She was with Diddy.
Oh, she's coming up. Beyonce's coming up. Oh, man, there are a lot of them coming up. But what I'm saying to you is this.
Yeah, but J-Lo was with Diddy. Like there was.
Yeah.
You think she was letting him bang dudes?
Oh, man, she got caught up in the act, too, they said. They said that's the tape of Beyonce. I don't know. Diddy didn't release the tapes, which is a good thing, because I hate to see it here what's on those fucking tapes.
A rumor.
But what I'm saying to you is this.
He
That's
probably
and
destroyed
so.
him if he's smart.
Oh, he had to have. Until
He
somebody.
knew that it was on to him anyway.
Yeah, somebody had to get to those tapes
He was going from house
because
to
those
house.
tapes are going to save a lot of people's asses.
Mhm.
Pause. But it's going to save a lot of their asses
Yeah.
because a lot of asses were hanging out.
Well, first of all, I would never be in that position because I'm not a freaky like that. I'm not obsessed with
No, hell, man, listen.
freak parties.
If I would have been, I'm like, oh, I'm not down with this. No way.
Yeah. So, but if I had some tapes like that, I would only burn the ones that makes people look bad.
You burn them all.
No, I would burn. I would say this is all I got, and give them the ones that nothing really is happening that makes anybody look bad, and to burn the ones that make people look bad. Therefore, they think, okay, well, we confiscated his tapes, and there ain't shit on there.
Yeah, but everybody's talking, so I don't know how that's going to work. Hey, it's intriguing, and we got a little bit of time left. It got 8 months more to go, so we're going to find out a lot of shit about a lot of people.
We don't have no time left. We're 5 minutes over.
Oh, well, we don't have time. I'm saying we got time for the trial.
Oh, the trial has time.
The trial has time.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time.
Oh, shit.
On the
Great
show.
show. Got into some deep conversation, people. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank JoJo Robinson for
calling in. Yes, sir.
Being open enough and bold enough to call Jay Vader during a break and talk openly about the posting that you made earlier.
I didn't see.
Which was funny. He took it down. But yeah, I do appreciate the attention to this show. And he said, keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love you.
A lot of people say that, man. And a lot of people have been telling me this, that, and the third. Hey, thank you, man. We love you guys. And we don't make it without you. And if we, cross over and make it big, you're coming with us. I don't think you're not.
If we don't, you'll still be coming
with us. You'll still be coming with us.
You'll be staying right here in my basement with us.
Right here.
You'll be looking dumb with us.
Hey, boogers and bums. We got t-shirts coming. Hey, listen, it's gonna have the name of the show on the back, but the front's gonna say boogers and bums. That's the slogan, man. Boogers and bums.
Yes, indeed.
But this has been a great show, and thanks for tuning in, people. Man, Jay Vader loves y'all. The creep is dead. It's Vader now.
Daisy Wadesy.
Ain't that a bitch?
So with that, we're out of here like last year. See ya. Peace.
Don't miss the next exciting episode of Probably Offensive. Everything you've always wanted to hear in a podcast. Posted every Sunday night. One hell of a show.
You got that, didn't you, people? Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Okay, that's called Pyramid Acoustic Panels. I gotta get stuff from my room.